You ever wonder how the eye works? The eye is fascinating if you really break it down. It's actually an extension of our brain. But there are so many components working together that allow us to see. The eye actually has 6 different muscles that attach to it. So when you look up, a certain muscle is activated, another muscle is deactivated. Same thing for down, or if it needs to converge or look out. The outer surface here is called the cornea. It's something that you really can't see when you look in the mirror because your first perception is the color part of the eye. But that is actually a structure inside the eye. You can see the cornea here. That's the first spot where light will go through. Traveling back a little bit further is that iris. Diagram here has like a grayish looking iris, but the center area or black spot on your eye is called the pupil. That is actually not a structure, it's a space within the iris. When light hits it, the pupil will constrict to decrease the amount of light coming into the eye, or in a very dim setting, that muscle will actually open up the pupil to allow more light into our eye. Going behind the iris is our natural human lens. Much like a camera, our eye has a lens, and this serves a major function to the focus of our eye. It also is very flexible. When you're looking at the distance, the lens is relaxed. When you look up close, this lens will actually flex. And when it flexes, it allows us to see up close. A common issue with that lens is, if you know anybody over the age of 40, this actually loses its capability to flex. That's why many people need reading glasses as they get older. This structure is also the component that turns into a cataract. And what that is that lens will start to cloud out. And as you can imagine, if you have that in there, light is decreased and it can't hit the back of the eye, and the patient will complain of blurry vision. So that patient will then require cataract surgery, and that is the extraction of that lens, and we put a new clear man-made lens inside the eye. Going further back, in the back cavity of the eye is the vitreous. So this vitreous is a clear jelly-like substance that light travels through and will hit our retina. And I'm going to change eye models here because you can see it better. Further back is this whole tissue here called the retina. There's about 120 million photoreceptors that capture the light energy and then send it down the optic nerve to our brain. And in the back of the head is the visual processing center. Our brain will then interpret that signal and allow us to see what's around us. Another unique part of our retina is all the arteries and veins that you can see in here. The eye is the only structure that we can look into and directly visualize blood vessels without actually cutting tissue. And that can assist us in diagnosing high blood pressure and diabetes and other vascular conditions. Now, a common question is, why am I nearsighted? Why am I farsighted? So when you look at the eye, if all the light is focused perfectly and it hits this retina, you do not need any eyeglasses, and your vision should be perfectly clear. What happens is, in some eyeballs, either the eye is elongated or the cornea has too much power. And when light travels in, the light actually is being focused somewhere in the center of that eye. That is called nearsightedness or myopia. And when we put glasses in front of this eye, we can shift that light back to the retina to allow for clear vision. Now, opposite a farsighted eye or hyperopic eye, the eye may be a little bit shorter, or maybe this cornea doesn't have enough power and the light is focused behind the eye. Again, glasses can be put in front of this eye and we can shift that light ray to the retina to allow for clearer vision. Now, another common refractive condition is astigmatism, and that typically comes from the surface of the eye called the cornea. We ideally want that to be more shaped like a baseball, but sometimes it can be misshaped like an egg or a football, and there's 2 separate focal points being formed in the eye. And again, eyeglasses can put those together and put that on the retina for clear vision. So if you want to learn more about the eye, check out our other videos. Or if I didn't cover something, leave me a comment down below.